face, okay? And I hate to bring that up, but it's true. So when it comes to Rise, when people bet against them, I swear to you, they get a chip on their shoulder and like, all right, fair enough. Like Michael Jordan, all right? It's like, hey, fair enough. You want to bet against me? That's fine. I'm going to take that personal, and now I'm going to slap you in the face, all right? That's just Rise in general. But this is going to be great. It really is. And my question is, who's going to be the first one to lay down some smack talk? I assume it's going to be Hndles. He's normally the guy to do it, but who is going to do it on Rise? Well, let's find out. Let's get the party started, Toby. Rise, Vanquish, to decide it all. Let's go.
Here we go. Acells, of course, player to watch, battling for that 1v. DeToX will find it, though, as he up-A's around the corner. Fantastic stuff from him. A very good start. Meanwhile, VQ going hard on this first hill down bottom. Icy back A into a kill. Precision gets one back as well. It looks like VQ will get the advantage on this hill. DeToX with the Ember. And of course, DeToX, a very storied player. Haven't been able to cast over him just yet since he's been on Rise, but he's had big shoes to fill, hasn't he? Franchise, of course, retired, and they needed a really good fill. DeToX is not, you know, your go-to IGL. He's not like a one-turn replacement. He's needed to do something else entirely, but I think he's really taken that fourth position and done it well, Taylor, and he's had a fantastic go at it. And here he is, double kill just in time on our screen. And I've been very impressed personally with how DeToX has evolved as a player.
Love that you pointed him out, and you know what? You are 100% correct on that, Toby. DeToX being the newest addition to Rise, as we know, franchise retiring. There was a lot of talk of what is DeToX going to bring to the table. Well, what did he bring to the table? Clearly, a second place at MSP, one round away from victory. Vanquish, the only team to beat them. That, to me, even despite a loss, the fact that DeToX fills in for this roster and then they get second place shortly after, that just means DeToX is right at home. You know, he definitely is right at home with the boys. And watch out for that nade. Guys, come on. It flew right past your ear, but Precision and Xysho, I guess, couldn't back up in the moment. Rise is going to get a retake. But yeah, DeToX, he's just awesome. He really is. But I guess Hndles really didn't care either way. He just couldn't get the chunk.
Yeah, I think you jinxed him a little bit there as he just gets blown away that second. Avexys and IC are into the action, but meanwhile, Precision with a double of his own. Score pretty much level, but Vanquish having the better push onto the hill once more, just as they did in the first, and Rise on the back foot once more. Embar up in 3 seconds, so they'll have that to play with. That's Avexys going for that one, and even Hndles for good measure, rushing to the shot grenade to stop Rise from getting it, but perhaps he's overextended just a little bit too far.
Yeah, just a little bit too far indeed, and will lose his life. And you know, Hndles is a player on Vanquish that is consistently setting up Vanquish for success. His angles are impeccable, and on top of that, his ability to lock in the spawns is incredible. Huge value brought from Hndles on Vanquish, but in that moment, unfortunately, it doesn't come to fruition. Rise forgoes in the last 30 seconds of the hill, or at least the current hill in play, and they're going to be trying to set up for the next hill in play. And fair enough, Rise is great at early rotations, and you know, Vanquish is, I would say, a little bit looser with their timings on the rotation, but one of the things that they make up on with those loose timings is their impact when they go for a break. Prime example on your screen now.
Absolutely, totally agree. That's the character of both teams, right? Rise are very much by the book. They still have been like that as well since Fran going. Many thought that might change, of course, when you go for a more aggressive pickup like DeToX, but no, it is very true. But Vanquish are very, very good at doing what Rebel were doing earlier on Control, right? Deathballing, as I coin it, just going in as a team all at once with shotguns blazing. And they've just done it again. They're having the better go at the objectives right now because of that slaying power. And unfortunately for Rise, their positioning just isn't enough right now. It's just not working out for them.
It's definitely not. And, you know, I go back to your point as I was thinking about it, Toby, is the fact that, you know, you mentioned that Rise's loss yesterday was quite unexpected. You know, as we always say, you know, Fire and Ice can beat Rise on any given day. Fire and Ice can beat any team, right? But to lose 3-0, even with map 1 going to the way of the competitive ruling, maybe showed that something might be up with Rise. Maybe they're not as dominant as they once were. It's not Summer Major performance. I want to make that very clear, guys. Rise in the Summer Major is 100%, and they need to be respected as a favorite to make it into grand finals and win the championship. That's just the way it has to be. Unless Rise is absolutely out of the tournament, they've got to be your favorite to be in the grand finals. And that's after MSP and their performance in Pro League. Because without question, they are the best team in the league outside of maybe Vanquish, depending on who wins this, right? But at least right now in this matchup, that loss yesterday could have hit them hard. And are they going to be able to recover? We're definitely going to find out. But as of right now, with Vanquish having such a good lead, Rise is forced to be very successful on the next coming hills.
Yeah, so much pressure now on them, isn't it, for them to make use of what they get. And obviously, Ember, frag grenades, shot grenades, they've had plenty of everything, really. But they haven't got the points to show for it, right? They're throwing in so much effort, but nothing is really paying off for them. So let's see. A very good push from DeToX so far, getting double kills to his name. Meanwhile, Icy and Co working very well with him too. So this is good from Rise. This is definitely a change.
Good for Rise, and they're starting to trickle some points their way. Well done for them. DeToX trying to get away. Red manages to at least oh no, Acells will find a way to take him out. Icy's going to answer back by taking down Precision. Either way, Vanquish starting to challenge the hill that Rise locked in early on and got the first 20 or 30 points, and that's going to be a Vanquish retake and another 30+ points potentially going their way. As Rise, do they go for the challenge? Toby, I don't think they do. They're rotating for next.
Yeah, it looks like they don't want any more of that, that's for sure. 4 players lining up for the next hill, and they pretty much are there. Acells turning his attention to that next hill too. Oh no. DeToX is getting caught out here. He's getting lanced out across. Icy has to try and force his way forward, and he has been able to do that. Finds Xysho, makes it a second on Precision. Well played indeed. He'll just leave him to essentially tap out, but he has to be careful. Acells is there saving the day. 1v2. He has got support though, and Rise will hold on.
Rise holding on, but can they hold on a little bit longer? Well, the answer might be yes. Great job from Icy to pick up a big elim. As he continues to push out, Vanquish knocking on the door to retake this spawn control, which is going to be paramount for locking in the current hill that's about to be in play. Rise will take the early advantage, which has been pretty typical, but again, that retake power from Vanquish is pretty much unmatched from any other team in the Pro League. And with that M-bar going to the hands of Acells, things get a little bit scarier because Acells is going to be a big member. You'd have to think to maybe take down Icy, who's, you know, hogging this back corner. But the question is, does Vanquish know Icy is currently where he's at? Well, now they do, definitely. And who's going to challenge? Acells with the M-bar, Hndles down low, or did they just go straight into the hill? That's the possibility too.
Yeah, Icy is so far back that is certainly an option, but ideally, yeah, take out Icy because he is also marginalized, right? He's very far from his teammates right now, and that's been a very simple collapse. 30 seconds to go, so yeah, Rise has taken the majority of the points on this hill now, but it should be a simple push. M-bar in the hands of Acells to shoot across. He's just collateraled his own teammate. My goodness, double headshot. As good as it is to see. Xysho will find DeToX, and they will collect on those points. The significant score lead for Vanquish remains, but Rise are actually rotating for the next hill, and they are in a very good position for it, actually, Taylor.
They are. They definitely are. I will say, off that last hill, Rise was incredibly successful, and they did almost a perfect job, in fact. So well done from them. You got to focus on Xysho, maybe even Acells, but Xysho, I think more importantly, he has got those 2 nades. Acells has a shock. So much utility for Vanquish to get the break. They'll have to extend their way out and maybe push Rise back, because once Rise dies off here, they're going to respawn relatively close. Shock is good. Rushiez is out. Vanquish has control of the inner portion of the ring. But again, Rise is just on the outside. The nade is going to miss, unfortunately, and I think he has one more, but with the cells dropping, Rise might be able to get an easy retake.
Yeah, they've done so well, actually, Taylor, just keeping the distance, lancering from the spawn, and then Avexys later on collapsing. Very well done, not losing lives in the process. Meanwhile, Precision has got short spawn, I believe, catching out Icy again. Stuck on his own, DeToX not close enough to help out, and in fact, he's close enough to get killed himself. Outnumbered 3v1. The Lancers aren't going to be enough from Avexys and Co. He's going to get taken down as well. And it's honestly been a very easy retake for Vanquish. I think Rise tried really hard to block that short spawn, but in the process, Icy got taken down, and everything snowballed from there.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of weird how that played out because Vanquish had so much utility with the 2 nades and the shock and the M-bar, and they go for the retake and they do get in the hill, but you know, a couple of missed nades resulted in Ryze having a pretty easy retake, plus the cells getting down was pretty harsh. You know, Ryze had a distinct advantage there, but then Vanquish comes back with a vengeance and they retake the hill relatively easily, and that's kind of been a reoccurring theme here. Scoreline not too crazy for Ryze, given the fact that, you know, they are down 209-126, but I say not too crazy in the respect that, you know what, that ground can be covered relatively easy if they have the successful hill off the next one. But on the flip end, you know, there's 2 sides to a coin, right? And on the flip and on the tails end, it's like if Vanquish has a good hill here, well, there's nothing stopping them from, you know, capitalizing and reaching 300. So this is a big hill for Ryze to overtake. At least off the first couple of seconds, they haven't had any luck.
Yeah, exactly. And they weren't successful on the first hill either, which was Garden. And that's very problematic for sure. At this time, Ryze biding their time, waiting for everyone to come off respawn, and then set up for the perfect push to dismantle this Vanquish setup. Flashbang onto the right of Acells. He's been caught out. He will get down the process. Precision with a quick revive. That shot grenade is spot on. It's going to delay Ryze from getting into the hill. And all focusing on the same players. And as a result, Vanquish, very simply put, are just taking them down one by one. They're stuck out in no man's land, Ryze. They try so hard to scramble around the shock, and it just doesn't work out for them. And now, Vanquish are pretty much looking at a 300 to 150 win if they keep this up.
Yeah, I'm going to save Xysho from the flank. DeToX has no idea he's there. That should have been called out maybe, but, you know, sometimes you just have sneaky players hiding in the shadows that you just can't foresee taking you down. Ryze tried to establish themselves early on, as they should. That was the right play, but Vanquish is just doing a much better job. My lord, Xysho, don't. Okay, it's a trade. That's fine, but still, you know, you were talking about DeToX being just a wonderful addition to Ryze, but Xysho has been just the best, in my opinion, the most impactful addition to any team in the Pro League, speaking in regards to a new addition, right? But enough on that. 296 to 126. Ryze trying to go for their final attempt for a break, but it's going to be short-lived, and you won't even get that 300 to 150. It's going to be 300 to 126, a very convincing and dominating win against the Kings of Control, no less, from Vanquish. 300 126. Well done for them. They lead 1-0 in the series.
Well, you called him out. Xysho has been a fantastic pickup for Vanquish, that's for sure. He'll finish with MVP. And yeah, the other pickup, DeToX, that we spoke about, he finished with 14 kills himself and had a very good map too. But yeah, it was all VQ, wasn't it? Didn't reach even the 150 mark. I said at the very start, Regency is a great map for Ryze, but people forget it's also a very good map for Vanquish. And so it really came down to who's going to turn up better on the day. We kind of predict that Vanquish have been having great games recently. Ryze are on the maybe on the downslope potentially coming into the major, you know, after the crushing defeat yesterday to Fire and Ice 3-0. Right. That's telling for me. That is a really, really strong map from Vanquish. No, I don't think anyone would predict they'd win that hard, to be honest. Maybe not even win Control at all with how Ryze are praised for that. And it's not a great sign for Ryze whatsoever, because Control, yes, is their strongest mode, it's safe to say. They really need to win that, in my opinion.
You know, it came down to the breaks for me. Vanquish was breaking the defensive setup of Ryze pretty consistently. There was a couple of sloppy moments. I go back to the hill where they had 2 nades, they had the shock, they had the M-bar, and they still were overtaken by Ryze. And I think that was because of some missed nades. Those nades needed to connect. Because they didn't, well, Ryze had the distinct advantage to be able to isolate a couple of VQ players, most likely Acells, who ended up dropping first in one of the hills. But yeah, this was just a overall game of not really getting outslayed per se, but a matter of Vanquish doing or having much more impact in their retakes and their overall team fights. And that's the biggest takeaway from me. Ryze, and I hate to say this, I don't think Ryze played this map badly at all. I really don't. In fact, I think if Ryze played this map as they just did against Vanquish, I think they beat any team out there. But Vanquish did it better. That's the scary thing. Ryze didn't really make any huge mistakes. It was Vanquish just literally doing everything better.
Yeah, I can't remember a time where we actually criticized Ryze, right? It was more just praising Vanquish the entire time.
Exactly. Yes.
Just looking at the replays, it goes to show it's the shotguns for me. That VQ just keeps winning with their 1Bs, keeps winning the shotgun battles, keeps gaining numbers advantage after every play. And Rise just really didn't have an answer for it, unfortunately for them. Vanquish really dominated on that map going into Clocktower. Surprising again, like I really didn't expect Vanquish to pick this, but perhaps they've played it a fair amount in scrims and whatnot, and perhaps, you know, they are picking to win. They definitely are picking to win with District Control, as I said. Meanwhile, Rise picking not to lose, and that first map pick of Regency certainly hasn't paid off for them.
It hasn't. It really hasn't. And, you know, you brought up District Control being map 4, and we kind of, you know, discussed, or at least I kind of brought up to the table, that if Vanquish does take a 2-0 lead at some point within the first 3 maps, you have to be worried. And even more so now than even that pre-talk we had discussing, you know, our predictions and things like that in the maps, pick and bans, given how dominant that Regency control was. I mean, 300 to 126 that's a beatdown, bottom line, period. And again,
yeah.
Vanquish did everything better, and I expect it not to be a different story on District Control either. Now, there is a silver lining, and that silver lining is going to be Clocktower. As you mentioned, Vanquish picking that, it is a bit of a head scratcher, because Vanquish isn't the best team on Clocktower, at least historically. But let me say this, though, and maybe this went into Vanquish's mindset when they picked it. We did have a chance last E-Days to watch E-United and Vanquish play on Clocktower. And E-United is a good team on Clocktower, not the best team like Rise is. I think Rise is still the best team. That's always been their best map until it transitioned to, I want to say, Checkout, which ended up being their best map after some time. But Clocktower originally was their best, and it was DeToX getting the quick pick. But on E-Days, Vanquish played against E-United on Clocktower, and Vanquish beat E-United 6-4. The pacing of that match was just, I mean, so blistering fast. It was insane how fast EU and Vanquish were moving. At times, it was so hard to keep up with Toby. Maybe that gave confidence to Vanquish, where they're like, you know what, let's beat Rise on one of their best maps, or historically best map. Maybe that's their mindset. I think Vanquish is going to pull out some secret sauce that we didn't expect to come into the series.
Yeah, maybe they have actually prepared a little bit more than, you know, some might predict. The thing for me, though, I think it's Rise that will have to pull out the secret sauce. I just really fancy Vanquish on this mid wall, with how they played that Regency match, winning pretty much every shotgun battle. It seemed like it's Rise that are going to have to try and go down low, too low, and try and go for those frags and wrap back around, or maybe you have to just go for the snipe and then play a bit more passively and play for the snipe headshots, right, to try and gain numbers advantage. I think it's Rise who really have to start thinking about doing that. But Vanquish, hey, if you can pull out the strats to outplay Rise, you know, after winning base strats on mid wall, that causes issues for Rise. And, you know, the fact that they picked it, Taylor, honestly, you could be right about that, and that's a really good assessment actually of emergence days. I do forget that, like, the plenty of practice time goes into emergence days. It's a big portion of practice time for these professional teams, and Vanquish, you know, going against E-United like that on Clocktower, a very strong map, like you said, for E-United, and doing well. That says a lot.
Yeah, and they were, I mean, it was quite honestly the best Clocktower I have ever seen. Really, I have ever seen it. I've watched a lot of Clocktower, at least from Phase 1 now into Phase 2, and it was the most exciting, fast-paced Clocktower to date, at least in my mind. So, yeah, maybe Vanquish is taking that into account. We don't know these things, you know. We don't really, you know, talk to the players per se. We don't talk to the coaches. I don't dig for information. I don't DM coaches and players. You know, what's going on here? What's going on there? Right? I let them live their lives, and then I kind of just use my best inference and best judgment when coming in as a caster, which I like. You know, I don't like having all the answers. It's kind of nice to be able to figure it out. But Xysho immediately getting that quick pick, and Rushiez head down to try and counter. Not going to happen. First blood going to VQ.
Looks like you might be right, for at least for this first round. The instant snipe pickup, barely getting into the game. They already have it. Icy trying to clutch up. He does find one. Avexys trying to save the day. Not going to happen, though. VQ are much too fast in reacting. 31 seconds it took for VQ to put the first round on the board. And yeah, you were right on your play-by-play, right? Rushiez just flew at that snipe pillar to try and catch up with a snipe. He knew if he gets away with that weapon, it's going to have a major repercussions for the rest of the round. And Rushiez, his push didn't pay off. VQ read it like a book, and here we are, 1-0, and VQ looking as fast as ever.
As is ever, this was the speed they played against EU, and I don't think they're going to slow down again. Maybe, but this time, oh no, yeah, Xysho's going for that quick pick. Huh? I don't know.
Okay. I thought he might have lagged out, but no, he's very much in the game, and they still have snipe, no problem. Body check, DeToX trying to catch up, 3v3. I'm confused about that as well. 3v1, 2v1. Surely Hndles will get dropped. Yes, he will.
What the hell? Did you see how cool he looked, though?
He was demented.
Did you see how cool?
Yes, he was just strolling.
Acells has never looked more badass in my life. That was incredible. I don't even care if that round was won or lost by them. That was just...
I know, you were just caught off guard. You were just stargazing, right?
Bro, because I've never seen a dude just strut as confidently as he did as he's getting lancered in the head. Yeah. That was just wild. Huh.
What is this?
Whoa, look at this.
What is this for a trick strat? You love to see it, and they're playing it so hard. 4 down bottom, instant pick of the frag grenades, and they're not even trying to try the instant retake. They're just playing low. There must be a hill down low. The hill must be low. They are playing the hill. Like honestly, I expected them to just do something crazy, run up the staircase on the other side, which would make sense. You know, they have right-hand advantage, does Rushiez in the enemy spawn, but no, they're just holding off. They're just protecting the staircase and not letting anyone down. Very interesting indeed. But I kind of like it, I'll be honest. I think Rise are the ones that do need to be proactive with the strats. I think they are the ones that need to be testing out down bottom strats. So let's see how they do with it.
You know what? This is honestly the first time we've ever seen this, or at least I've ever seen this personally. I don't know about you, Toby, but
same.
Yeah, for Rise to split down low and maybe put VQ in a fatal funnel, they can't go anywhere. They're going to get lancered, and that's a prime example. DeToX, well done, good read on Acells. It's like, how do you even? You just got to wolfpack it. I guess that's it. You just got to find a side, and you just got to attack it 3 strong now with all your members.
Yeah, that really is it. That is it. 4v3. Here we go. They're stacked on one side. They're pushing down. Xysho still with that snipe in hand, mind you. Precision has gone through. The frags have completely blocked them off, though Rise is playing the strat out perfectly. Already Xysho has been pinched, and Avexys looking to collapse on that kill. Very well done indeed. And honestly, this is spot on. I loved that from Rise. It was just that first player dying, right? That first player dying costs the entire round because you just know Rise are going to play that by the book. They will really just take every opportunity they can to make sure they get the remaining kills without any deaths, and they just play it out. Rise are now in the lead. Well done.
Yeah, that was brilliant. That makes me excited. It does. Now back to the standard strat. Let's see if Acells is going to take a strut again like he did before. I guess not this time around, but look at Avexys and Rushiez not wasting any time, taking a fight to VQ immediately. A couple of trades. Icy needs to be finished off here. Bring it to a 2v2. That's going to be Vanquish's last hope, but they're caught in a rock in a hard place. I don't even know if they can get away. The only way forward, or the only way through, is forward. And, I mean, they're trying. The good team pickups to their credit, but it's not going to be enough. That's I must say, it took a lot, though, for Rise to finally get those 2 players down, Toby, but there it is. 3 rounds in a row. I know. It's actually it's awesome to see. Rise, I feel as though they did need the strat book going into this map, and they knew it from the get-go, but they're actually implementing that. They're trying the different strategies. They're trying everything they can to outstrat VQ. Clearly, VQ are trying to be mindful about going for the sniper and whatnot, and Rise are really responding in kind. Let's see how this one plays out. Again, 4 up top, I believe, on both sides. And so really, both teams really focus on not letting the other team get the snipe. DeToX is the one trying to go for that, and he does collapse successfully. No one getting down in the process, and really, there's not an avenue for VQ to push. They're going to try it going through the center, and DeToX, he does get caught out. That might be the entrance into the push. Icy trying to save the day. Hndles will get a kill in the process. 3v1. Rushiez will fall at the end. Blink, and you'll miss it. Vanquish do find an opening to push up top. And somehow, some way, they will take this round. It just got more competitive, didn't it? I was expecting Rise to start taking away with this map. I can't lie. Those 3 rounds in a row were fairly dominant. And now Vanquish has, pumped the brakes a little bit when it comes to regards of Rise. So well done from them. Let's see if they can tie up the map, though. And on this side, Vanquish has been known to go for the quick pick. Remember last time, Rushiez was hugely aggressive here. But this time around, no aggression coming out. We're going to be at a bit of a standstill, which, you know, you see often on Clocktower. But funny enough, the first time we're seeing it here.
Yeah, that's for sure. There's just so much respect between these two teams, right? Yeah, it really, really is awesome to see. Look at this from Rushiez. He doesn't want any of it. He's going to pull back to the back wall so they can't get pushed out too easily. Because I see he's going for the nades. VQ are completely aware. They'll get the sniper as a result, and they will get out safely. But now, where do the teams go from here? Initial clearly over. We're into the mid-round. And IC will be looking to try and get out with nades. Xysho's trying to sneak a headshot, though. The down comes in from up top from Precision. IC completely lit up. And the down will be collected on 4v3. Nades are gone. On the floor, pretty much, and VQ with a snipe in hand.
Don't mind if I do.
Oh,
my God!
How? Yo. Oh, my Lord, Xysho. Through the smoke and then lines it up on the second DeToX by himself. And here we go. Oh, hey, we finally get it. I've been waiting for the hopscotch, baby. You love to see it. And of course, it comes from Vanquish. They're the ones who's going to trash talk. They do it all the time, Toby. That is, look at, oh my gosh. And this one, he lined up.
The composure,
Oh, he did. The Avexys ran into it.
That is the most beautiful lead shot ever. He just put his aim exactly where Avexys needs to update to get around that corner and into safety. And wow, that was insane. Best headshots of the night, in my opinion. That is absolutely incredible from him. And look at this. Ryze are trying the exact same strat again. 4 down bottom. Immediately Rushiez and DeToX will take the ball top, but VQ are not having any of it. Straight into their side to force them off. Acells down the process, and IC's nades are on point. 2 kills for him, and now the fights do continue. Just like that, Ryze will hold on. 4-3 now. 27 seconds it took VQ to try and challenge that, but Ryze shut them down.
Shut them down indeed. Ooh, I don't know. I think this is quickly. Well, we already knew this was personal after all. You know, Vanquish is bold. They trash talk any team. It doesn't matter who you are. But Ryze gets hopscotched on, and they say, you know what, enough is enough. It's time to shut you down. Okay, you guys are getting a little bit too big for your britches. Well, fair enough. Now it's up to VQ to respond, and you know, this side is where they've had quite a bit of success. Utility thrown, but the snipe does get away, and Xysho has it in his hands. But Precision will take down Rushiez. He's finished. First blood. What about second? Will Ryze be able to respond here? They're coming through with a violent pace, but finished off 1 by 1. We're tied up 4-4.
That we are. Oh, this is a brilliant Clocktower match, isn't it? Back and forth we go. Every strat is being pulled out by both teams now. Ryze are trying those extreme strats you can imagine on Clocktower. They are still very much trying to win this with all their effort. It's just so brilliant to see. Check the kills. I see 10 kills thanks to, in part, to the nades. Avexys on 1 kill. 7 assists though. Clear as day what position he's playing on Clocktower. And now the question remains, do you still try and go for the snipe? Do you still have 4 up top on both sides? Yes, you do. But who's going to be the one to strike first?
Enemy contact!
Been the question, really. Ryze has done it. VQ's done it, I think. VQ's obviously going out for that quick pick, and they're going to get out with him once again. And I haven't been calculating, you know, the success rate of getting that snipe, and obviously, you know, that being converted to a round win. But you have to assume it's been 100%. At least I think so. No, it's not 100% because Ryze won that wonderful round where they went down low, and that's exactly what they're going to do here, Toby.
Yeah. Ryze don't want any of it. They don't want to just try and see that round out again. They want to actually try it themselves, you know, be proactive in this situation. The snipe is gone. Let's not chance it. Let's properly reset and then go for perhaps, okay, a retake. Straight back up. A little bit of a trick strat mid-round, perhaps 2-3 players up top for VQ to meet them. But no one getting caught out in the process, importantly, for VQ. Nades in hand, body check comes through. Icy here with the frag grenades, though. Oh my goodness me, Rushiez going to get a headshot in the process, though. And that will keep their numbers down. 3v2 in favor of VQ.
Quickly changed, though, depending if a quick pick comes in. But how do you get that quick pick? You don't have the sniper, right? You do have the frags. IC does have the frags, which I assume he's going to save for the overtime hill. Most likely.
Yeah, I think he needs to at this point because VQ are not going to give away a frag grenade opportunity unless he can just cordon players off to enable a 2v2 push up top. That's an option. I mean, IC can't push down that lower player because the sniper's on host spot there in the form of Xysho. This is tough. The nades are going to have to be thrown any second.
There it is. One's thrown at least. Easily avoided. Avexys down. What? What?
He doesn't even need to get a headshot in that scenario. Just that zoomer body
the body
check
shot was enough.
Like, it brilliant. Truly.
He's just disgusting, though, Toby.
He is disgusting.
You know?
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, that's what I mean. This is what I mean, right? With how close these two teams are, we said it. One player going off is all you need to give your team a huge advantage. You know, every inch counts in such a high-level game when it's so close. And Xysho is that man on this map right now.
Yep, absolutely. You know, when Xysho hit that 2K, I mean, I think that was the momentum VQ needed. I think they lose the round after, but even so, it doesn't matter. VQ, like Hive, I mean, Rise even themselves are momentum-based teams and also emotional teams. You know, they are affected by what's taking place on the battlefield, and Vanquish gets better when they are dominating or when they're winning. They're not dominating this, let's be very clear, but when they're winning and when they pull off miraculous plays and they have an ability to hopscotch on your body, Vanquish gets better. And I swear to you, VQ is just always having fun every time they play. They enjoy playing, and it really shows in their gameplay, but big standstill here. And who do you think that puts pressure on at this point? Is it Vanquish who's up 5-4, or do you think maybe this pause is, you know, giving Rise a little bit of a worry? Because it's like, you know, Rise is down a round. They're about to be down 2-0 if they lose. So I guess, well, I got my answer. There's the push.
Rushiez trying to respond. He's trying so hard to get through that middle area. He's got 0 damage. He had to go for the gib. 1v4. Surely this is it now. Avexys, bar a miracle. Yes, it will come on through. 6-4. The final score for Clocktower, and boy, oh boy, was it an entertaining map. Vanquish. Oh, that was simply incredible from them. I am lost for words. Incredible. There's the MVP right there. No doubt about it. Standing there with a snipe in his hands, of course.
As he should. Yes.
As it should be.
10,000 damage done as well. Guys, Xysho's the real deal. VQ the real deal. They lead 2-0 in this series. Training Grounds Escalation coming up next. Rise needs an answer back. We'll find out after this break. Welcome back to the final series for the Gears Pro League Season 2. I'm Taylor Reflections Double, joined by Toby Campbell. What a performance from Vanquish. And I hate to put the spotlight on Vanquish. I really do, because, you know, Rise is here for a reason, and they're incredible. But, I mean, Vanquish is putting on a clinic, and there is, without, for me, no question that Xysho is just... I can't believe the shots he's hitting. It's really blowing my mind.
I know it's the great separator between the two teams. It seems like is just that little bit of raw skill, that little edge that they can get. And Xysho, oh my god, here it is. This is just something incredible. Avexys even rolling off that wall, by the way, to make that headshot look even better. Incredible stuff. And you know what the beautiful thing is as we go through the rest of the replays on this map is, we said it on Regency, but it's the same on Clocktower. You can't criticize Rise. Like, it's so hard to come up with just to blame them for a mistake, or this, you did this wrong, or if they did this bad. No, like, I don't think we criticize them hard for anything, really. It was more so just Vanquish playing so well. It was them taking the game by the horns and just forcing the blood out of a stone. You know, just really just taking everything they can and then taking the rounds as a result. And I think that's reflected in the scoreline with just a 2-round differential. And as a result, it's the map count we find ourselves at now, 2-0.
2-0, isn't it? So, man, that's worst case scenario for Rise. We talked about it. Training Grounds Escalation is going to be a fight, Toby. It really is, and I'll let you cover that in just a second. But District Control, as you pointed out wisely, look, that's also, it's got to favor Vanquish with the way they're playing, with the way they're slaying. I mean, they are incredible. Canals execution could be a different story. I really do favor Rise on Canals execution, but we're not to that point yet, right? We still got to get through 2 more maps before Rise gets there. Now, as we're loading into the map, a lot I want to, first and foremost, by the way, Rise, Shout out to you for that brilliant play, though, on Execution Clocktower, where you all 4 went down low and funneled Vanquish in. I've not seen that yet. That was a brilliant play, incredibly unique. That was just mega giga brains, no smooth brain here. That was 5-head, brother. I love that play, incredible. Either way, I just had to give him some props because I loved watching that. But Toby, Training Grounds Escalation, who do we have?
I think I'm gonna have to stick with VQ just of how well they're playing. You know, it comes back to that point. Rise, yeah, they're playing well. Yeah, it's hard to find criticism of on how they're playing, but Vanquish are just there. I can just see them winning the U fight, the up top fight constantly with how they're playing and seeing out a 3-0. I really, really can.
All right. Hey, at this point, how could you not? Avexys barely getting away with his life. Full red. Xysho pushing in to Rushiez. Doubles back for Acells. Yo, Acells and Xysho. Great job. I see the Avexys are gone. The overextension has now come into play. Vanquish. Yeah, Vanquish is going to be going for a domination here. Player 2 wanted it. Xysho did, but he's going to go ahead and back off. I like that. Play the long game. No reason to get overzealous.
Yeah, I do like that from VQ. You know, clearly it's safe to say they like to be aggressive. They try to eke out any aggression that they can, but you know, sometimes you do need to pull back. You know, sometimes you are not invincible, so as a result, do not risk anything you don't need to. And as a result, they've got the 2-cap right now, and they've got some pretty damn good positioning at that. A very good hold here. Rushiez is going to get angled out. He'll have to move, but it's straight into the guns of the rest of Vanquish. Outnumbered potentially if they don't rotate over the rest of the COG team. But here we go. Shotgun battles galore. It will go the way to Rise in the end. Bar Precision clutching up. No, he will not. Xysho not going to risk his life. He wants to get out of there.
If he can get out of there, Avexys is hot on his heels. What? Xysho hits. What?
Oh, no.
Brother. Like, Xysho is just... No way. Oh, my gosh. At this point, Xysho is a goddamn highlight reel. That's all he is.
Just give him the MVP trophy already. Like, he's just playing out of his mind. Like,
this is the thing. Toby, I hate to cut you off, but again, Xysho, like, he won the chip for MSP for Vanquish, and Xysho knows MSP's one thing, but I have to prove myself again to solidify who I am. Like, I need to win the Summer Major. And you can see the energy, the way that Xysho's playing, like, he's serious about that.
He is. He really is. It comes back to that term, playing to win, right? Rather than playing not to lose. He is just all up in the face. He's confident in himself. He's hitting shots. He's going for every opportunity he can to take down the Rise players. And that takes confidence. They're Rise, right? Avexys, Ices, Rushiez, and DeToX. These are difficult players to push, but boy, oh boy, does he make it work. And he's outplaying the hell out of them right now on an individual basis. And VQ are very happy, clearly. Again, they do the hopscotch emote. And that round for me, Taylor, was an absolute stomping from VQ.
Stomping.
My goodness.
Stomping. Like, Jesus. And by the way, yeah, we got to show this. Like, there's not me. Come on. Like, look, 1, 2. Buckle my shoe, baby. He gets the third one. Like, it's that easy. I don't get it. I really don't. He's just built different. 0 deaths. And by the way, I do want to point out, if Xysho doesn't get that 3-piece, Rise most likely keeps that round alive and keeps it competitive. Yeah. Xysho shut down every hope and dream Rise had to win that round. Just completely down.
Yeah, he's still the man separating VQ from Rise, potentially. You know, just put that little bit of extra work, which transpires into making a huge difference just on his own. Very well said indeed. As we go into this next round, it is a 3v3 up top, that's for sure. But VQ, again, prioritizing Overlook, actually. I'm surprised. I'd expect them to go all in on the U, Taylor, and really challenge Rise. But instead, showing all the respect in the world, and instead they're playing for map control and passive play instead.
All right, Vanquish with the 2-1. DeToX trying to get as best as he can onto Hndles. Avexys looking to make some moves. Xysho just up ahead. Avexys goes for the challenge. Xysho, good patience. Doesn't even try to up A or anything. Just kind of holds his grab. Bit of a misroll. Xysho can capitalize on this moment. Swinging it wide, playing it smart. Avexys, though, going in for the attack. Well done. That was a battle of the wits. But now, you take one down, you got to deal with the other. And no, and a domination. What did I miss out on? What happened?
Oh dear.
I was focused on what was on screen. I wasn't even looking at the mini. So it was a 3-man wipe. That's what it was then.
No, you and me both. I was surprised when I noticed the klaxons starting to chime as well. Like, I mean, VQ are just flying through TG right now. The level of confidence that they're challenging every fight is just astounding. It's unmatched. I'm not surprised. DeToX is hovering over the U. They want that fight on you, but VQ haven't been giving it to them. But now they're going to have to force it, right? Ryze can otherwise just pick up a very easy torque bow and go with that. VQ will have to change up the strat. I really liked his weapon placement from Ryze. And to be honest, based on those 2 rounds, they really needed this. And I love that they're being proactive with the strats on this map like they have been on Clocktower.
All right, DeToX trying to pace it out, precision on the opposite end. I just want to kind of really hone in on the movement of Avexys takes down DeToX in a team kill. You know what? I'm gonna be straight up with you. Let me be honest. Let me be honest with everybody. I think Ryze is rattled. I really do. I think Ryze is genuinely rattled right now. That doesn't happen often.
Yeah. No. So true. So true. 3 seconds. Just again, a triple cap. Pretty much off the initial. Stunning play from VQ right now. So impressed with how they're playing. And yeah, I think that's it. I think they've projected composure. They've been, utilizing their strat book. They're not getting ahead of themselves, Ryze. But I just think mechanically and
zero
teamwork wise, 0-5-0. Yeah,
Ribs, you're a nasty man for that. You're a nasty man for that, Ribs.
It's I mean, back to my point. I just think it's mechanically now that they're just a bit deflated and they just aren't at the level to compete with VQ on an individual basis. And VQ are taking advantage of that because, of course, they're firing on all cylinders. They're playing well. They are absolutely not rattled. Of course, coming into this match, they certainly weren't a team that was getting 0-3'd by Fire and Ice anytime soon. That's for sure. And I just think we're seeing the result of everything that's transpired.
Okay. It's tough. It's tough. It really is. The Ryze is a great team. Again, going into Summer Major, guys, Ryze is one of my favorite teams to make it in the Grand Finals, but the way that VQ is playing and the way they are making Ryze look at this moment is crazy. I mean, I am blown away. Genuinely blown away. Like, I don't even really know what else to say at this point. Hndles, good angles now to try and take down DeToX. He's stunned. He'll still get the drop. He has a player from Ryze just to his right. Icy's going for the team pickup and can't get there just in time. Hndles is going to try and stick it even though he's on all fours. Icy bumping into his teammate in the moment. He'll get the finish either way though, but Vanquish, they've got the 2-1. And Ryze is going to have to battle out of the spawn for their own home hill.
Yeah. Ryze have been able to hold on to the round and prevent the triple, but there we go. Xysho. He's going to try and use the torque bow as he did on Clocktower. First kill on the books, and that's Rushiez taken down, so they keep the numbers at bay for this push. Great stick on the DeToX. He tries to outplay the cover. Avexys in trouble, out-damaged, outgunned, and he will be down. And that's the fourth player almost been taken out, pretty much timed out. B-Hill capped up 3 seconds. They're timing out the last 2 players just so they can ensure this triple cap, a retro bayonet charge for good measure. Coming out at the end there. Wow.
He did not.
He did. Just in the background of the torque bow in Xysho's hands. Yep. That happened. Acells was the man who's currently 9-1. 9-1.
Oh, 8 assists?
In 4 rounds and 8 assists.
And 8 assists. And let's point out precision too. 11 assists. Just as impactful.
Yeah.
And Hndles is playing the 1v. So, it's fine that he's 3-1, whatever he's at the bottom there, because he's not a torque bow and overlook. With the way this fight has been going, Toby, I don't think that's. I'll be honest. Let me be very real. I don't think anything helps Ryze at this point. I really don't. So let's see how it goes. Is Vanquish going to get a 5-0? That would be the biggest statement in my mind. Now, I will say though, bringing up history for MSP, Ryze did not win the controls and they did not win the escalation, if I remember correctly. So. Yeah, they just didn't. Vanquish had a huge advantage on those and won every single one. And that best of 9 was a best of 9, Toby. So it went the distance. But Okay, either way, though, maybe things are shaping up for Rise. They finally, and I think this is the first time they're going to get a 2-1 advantage.
I think you actually could be right about that. Which is so when would we ever say that about Rise? 4 rounds in. Nuts to think about. Xysho back with a torp bow in his hand, 1 shot remaining. And they've got the players ready to start a conquest for this E-Hill and map control. Let's see. The calm before the storm. Xysho's got his active torp bow ready, pulling any second for when the utility is thrown by Acells and Precision. Here we go. Tries to find the stick on the left. Not gonna happen. Acells and Precision work together though to find their kill on Icy. DeToX downed immediately in the process. Rushiez will get angled out completely from the side. And that is a glorious retake from VQ. All players still alive, and they're even hurdling over for the triple cap.
I think it's going to be over with Toby very shortly. Sells no respect, pushing an Icy. He has every right to do that, and that's going to be a 5-0, 3-0 victory. And Vanquish, without question, without a shadow of the doubt, will be your first place team in the Gears of War Pro League for Split 3 Phase 2. An incredible job done by them, and they did it by beating the second, well, I don't know. We'll have to see the standings afterwards, but in my opinion, the second best team in the Gears of War Pro League. I guess maybe Fire and Ice is there, but what a performance. I am trying to be hype at this moment, but I am so distraught and blown away by that performance from Vanquish. It rattled Rise. It's rattling me because I did not think this would end in the way in a 3-0. I quite honestly didn't, but here we are. I'm blown away. I'm genuinely rattled and blown away, Toby.
Yeah, I think I'm as rattled as Rise potentially are right now. It's yeah, it's hard to witness. Bear in mind they got 3-0 by Fire and Ice yesterday as well. That's 6-0 to what has been the top 3 teams, their closest rivals going into the major. Literally on the final 2 Pro League days, this is what has happened to Rise. I mean, let's say that. I mean, it's a stark change of events, just as they've been so strong this entire season.
But it's here,
consistency. Though. Right, and it just means so much, I think, at this point for me.
It's this man, though. It's Xysho. You know, granted, Xysho's not the only one, but Xysho today, and like I said, you know, and I brought up that storyline, they win MSP. Xysho was the one who put Rise in the grave to give them the second place. Xysho did that. You guys know how long Xysho was on Noble, and how long Xysho in general has been competing and wanting a chip. He doesn't have a chip. He wants a chip. He wants a major win. And Xysho just played today. And Toby, you said it best, right? Vanquish is playing, or Xysho, Vanquish, whatever, is simultaneous. It goes hand in hand. Is playing to win, not playing to lose. Or playing to avoid losing, I guess, right? Or whatever you said. It was brilliant saying. I'm uneducated.
Playing to win instead of playing not to lose, yeah.
There you go. See, that was 5 then. So, Toby, that's the way Vanquish played this series. And, wow.